Derby County have just announced that legend, hero and absolute Derby County hero Craig Forsyth has put pen to paper on a new contract keeping him at the club until the summer of 2027. And this, for me, is absolutely tremendous news. I think Craig Forsyth has been a massive part of Derby's past. He's been a massive part of what is going to be the next few years as well. And I, for one, absolutely adore Craig Forsyth and the type of player he is, the type of person he comes across as well. And I think what's really important for Derby County, and especially for Craig Forsyth as well, is that this deal will see the club support Craig Forsyth in achieving his qualifications to become a coach in the next few years. Now, this is a career that has spread over the course of 20 years, playing for a range of different clubs, obviously most notably Derby County, where he's been since 2013. And I'm going to be completely honest, this is a deal that has been a long time coming. I spoke about it a few weeks ago when it was first announced by Football Insider, and it's a deal which Derby absolutely needed to do. Now, before we get into Craig Forsyth a little bit more, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. And let's just take a look into the Derby County raffle. If you're already entered, skip about a minute into it, and we'll get back on to Craig Forsyth. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Obviously, this has been a great deal for Derby County. I think giving Craig Forsyth a new deal, personally, I'm not going to lie, I was expecting a 1-year contract with maybe an option for a second year, in which, as it is mentioned already, he would be supported through getting his qualifications. I know we've done it with previous players like Conor Horahan, he's done it. I believe Curtis Davis did a load of courses and things like that with Derby County's support as well throughout the back end of his career. And I do think that's really important for a club and also for a player, especially one of Craig Forsyth. Now, obviously, if we go through his career, he's played, 300 odd games, maybe nearly 400 by the time he finishes his career at Derby County. And that's obviously massively important to look at because it is, in my opinion, it is great to see such loyalty from a player who ultimately, I'm not going to say had opportunities to move on, but he could have moved at plenty of different occasions. He's had many of different occasions where his contract has been up and he could have moved on. He's had plenty of managers that haven't necessarily seen him as their first choice, even that of Paul Warne to start off with. And that's something that's really interesting for me in regards to that of Craig Forsyth, because he came in, I believe it was under the management of Nigel Clough, and was a huge part of that team, which went on to be playoff contenders 5, 6, 7 years in a row before obviously the financial sanctions and things like that, which occurred under that of Mel Morris. And you go through all the injuries he's had, his ACLs, I think he broke his leg once as well playing against Birmingham, and he's not had the greatest of runs when it comes to injuries. But one thing is for certain when it comes to Craig Forsyth is you know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly what type of performance you're getting, exactly what sort of player. And in complete honesty, he's got a wand of a left foot. He puts in some excellent deliveries. Now, obviously heading into this season as a 36-year-old, he's not coming into this season expecting to be a starter. But what I found really important towards the back end of last season is when he was called upon, he started all 12 of the final Derby County League games and scored some really important goals in that. I think if I remember rightly, I think he scored against Blackburn. I think he scored against Preston North End. I think there was a Hull City game where he picked up an assist. I'm pretty sure there's another one in there as well where he got an assist as well. And for me, Craig Forsyth is that player who, whatever happens over the course of the next 2 years, he has to go down in Derby County history as a legend, because that is what he is, in my opinion. Now, I know some people will turn around and go, well, he's not got us promoted to the Premier League, he's not done this, he's not done that. But for me, Forsyth was bought in as a left winger, by the way, and ended up becoming arguably the best left back in the Championship for 2 or 3 years. And if it wasn't for his ACL injuries, that would have been a hell of a lot longer. And I stand by the fact that him, as well as a couple of other players who picked up injuries during those years, if he hadn't have got injured, he'd have been playing Premier League football right now. Well, he would have played Premier League football at least for a season, in my opinion. And like, honestly, there's some seasons that I look at and I think if he had been fit for an entire season, I think we'd have obviously gone on and hit the playoffs, hit promotion, a couple more from the Championship. But obviously, we can only look back at that. And unfortunately, we know that that wasn't the situation that was happened to us. Now, the important thing about this is I can see he'll hit 400 games by the end of next season, unless obviously he picks up a major injury. But in my opinion, he'll hit 400 games. I believe he's only got about 18, 19 or something like that till he does that. And I think the reaction in regards to Craig Forsyth's new contract is obviously one where people are going to be sort of discussing it a lot. And that is completely fine for me. I understand why people will discuss it. Obviously, 36 years old, 2-year contract. But for me, he absolutely deserves that contract. His importance last season, the role he played in keeping us in the division was absolutely massive. And I don't quite think people truly understand the role Craig Forsyth plays at Derby County, because he's a tremendous player. He's a tremendous leader. And he is, in my opinion, one of the greatest players to ever put on a Derby County shirt. And I know some people might disagree with that. I know I've got a short memory in that regard, in the sense of, realistically, I've only really been sort of all in on football for probably the last 13 years. But it's one of those for me where you look at what he's done for the club, how much he's stuck by and how much he's then gone on to achieve, the injuries he's had. I think you can't go wrong with calling Craig Forsyth a Derby County legend. And I think this is a perfect deal for Fozzie. I think it's perfect for his family, it's perfect for the club, it's perfect for John Eustace. It is perfect for literally everything. And for me, I'm so glad that this deal's been done, and I'm so glad that Craig Forsyth gets another opportunity at playing at Pride Park Stadium, at playing again in the Championship next year. And I do believe that come the end of this season, he'll step into more of a behind-the-scenes coaching role. Do not get me wrong, I do believe that to be the case. But ultimately, the most important thing is Craig Forsyth has signed a new deal, and that is exactly what Derby County needed. And I believe this is the start of a lot. We already know that there's Carlton Morris is coming in. We were just awaiting a medical when he returns off holiday. Andreas Weimann and Danny Bath's deals are pretty much agreed, and this is a massive, massive move for the club. And I am absolutely delighted. I am absolutely buzzing to see the return and see the continuation of Craig Forsyth in black and white, and the continuation of Craig Forsyth at Derby County, because what a player he is. Yes, 36 years old, but he is going to have, in my opinion, another good season. He's going to be a huge part of Derby County yet again, and I cannot wait to see it. Now, obviously, you can all have your own opinions, and I'm listening to them down in the comments. So if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. 2 more years, Craigie Forsyth. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.